Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to part two of my Torchlight series. This is part two. I totally screwed that whole intro up, but I don't feel like going back and re-recording it. Um, right off the bat, a couple things I want to talk about that I read about the last couple days is, first of all, Amy Hennig leaving Naughty Dog for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into the rumors surrounding that situation, but because either way it sucks. I was a big fan of Amy Hennig's work. I am absolutely in love with the Uncharted series. I loved all three games. And the third game did have its issues, don't get me wrong, but it was still a pretty phenomenal game. Did it live up to the second one? No. No matter what they would have done with the third one, I don't think it would have had the impact that the second game did. It seemed like they kind of tried to take a lot of the action sequences from the second game and kind of like, well, how can we change them up? Like, so instead of a train, you had an airplane. But that airplane sequence was fucking amazing. The story was a little kind of disjointed and kind of, it didn't flow as good as the other two games, I guess. But it was a good game overall. It was a solid game. If it would have came out before the second one, I think it probably would have been received a little bit better by people. But all in all, it was a solid sequel. They pretty much got their gameplay nailed down, so I don't think, as far as Uncharted 4 goes, I don't think the gameplay is going to suffer. And truth be told, I don't really think the story is going to suffer all that bad either. You got Neil Druckmann getting involved, and there's a rumor going around that Druckmann and some other guy that I can't remember the name of at the moment are the ones that forced her out and whatever, but Evan Wells is the boss at Naughty Dog, not Neil Druckmann, so I kind of take those with a grain of salt because for now they are rumors. But whatever she ends up doing, I think will be good. Maybe I'd kind of like to see her get involved with Ken Levine and what's left of Irrational or whatever they're calling it now. But because she writes good narratives, and Levine wants to focus on smaller narratives, so we'll see. Still on the Naughty Dog subject, Sam Raimi, I see they announced that he's going to be a producer on a Last of Us movie, so that's cool. Raimi, his track record's been kind of spotty the last however many years. Spider-Man 3 was kind of meh. I don't really blame that on Raimi, though. I think Sony and Marvel and Avi Arad were like, the fans want Venom, because, Sam Raimi went pretty quick from not wanting Venom at all in any of his Spider-Man movies to, okay, well, he's an intriguing character. No, he's not. There's not a whole lot of depth there. There's, he's a dude that found a symbiote that hated, or found the symbiote after Parker cast it off, and due to their mutual hatred for Peter Parker and Spider-Man, they found a use for each other, and then kind of became this violent anti-hero, yada yada yada. Well, that kind of story. But they kind of shoehorned him in there, and it was cheesy. And Topher Grace should have never been Eddie Brock, but I'm not going to rant about how bad Spider-Man 3 fucked up and screwed the pooch. So we're going to continue on from that. But, I think Raimi still has a bit of his... I think he can still produce a good horror movie. We'll see who they end up picking for a director and what goes on with that. But it'll be neat. Hopefully the story doesn't follow the game, or the storyline of the game. Hopefully it's something else in the world that goes on. Because, if it follows the game, then you really have no point to play the game. And also, in Sony news, Jack Tretton is stepping down as the CEO of SCEA, and Sean Layden, I don't have the news story up, is taking his place. That kind of bums me out. I like Jack Tretton. There's not a lot of big wigs, I guess you could say, in video gaming that I'll read interviews and watch their presentations, but Jack Tretton, Peter Moore, guys like them. I like them. They seem like they're. I mean, obviously, I've never met them, but they seem like they're kind of normal dudes, you know. Trenton, you know, I mean, there were some. He kind of said some dumbass shit when the PlayStation 3 came out, but you know, I mean, every CEO does say stupid shit at some point or another. He's no Steve Ballmer, who constantly says stupid shit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over at Sony with this little shakeup. I guess it's a mutual thing, so maybe he was just getting tired of it or wanting to retire. Or, I don't know, there's some mumblings. I think I stated in another video that Sony as a whole kind of having some issues here and there. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that whole little changeover there. The other big announcement that happened this week too is Batman Arkham Knight was announced, and there was a trailer, and it looks awesome, and I'm excited. While I didn't hate Arkham Origins, it was kind of compared to the other two. I played through it, but bugs notwithstanding, it needed some more polish. Plus, they're not going to fix the bugs. Thank you very much, Warner Brothers, you fucking cocks. But, you know, Rocksteady's developing it, and Arkham Origin, my bad. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are arguably the best Batman games ever made, and Kevin Conroy's back as Batman for those of you that missed Conroy in Origins. So it'll be good to see, you know, the original studio that did the Arkham games get back into the game, and you get to drive the Batmobile. How fucking awesome is that? So I'm looking forward to that. That'll definitely be a day one purchase for me. I think that's about it as far as announcements, things that I followed. I mean, there's a lot of MGS5 talk, but it's all about shit that I don't fucking care about. Like, I don't care about Kojima's opinion on whether or not gamers want long games or short games, and like saying shit like Metal Gear Solid 5 is so big that I don't think most players will be able to finish the game. That's just, I don't know, that just comes off as kind of egotistical and trying to blow your own game up more than it needs to. I mean, Metal Gear Solid can basically stand on its own two legs based on brand recognition alone. So saying stupid shit like that just kind of... And I'm not knocking Kojima, I like Kojima. But it seems like some of these developers just need to learn when to shut the fuck up and talk about the game. Don't talk about your opinions on the mindset of the gaming audience and your potential customers. Talk about the fucking game. Plain and simple, you know. And that's a whole problem with developers and producers and studio heads in general. Like this asshole over at Mercury Steam, I forget his name now, but the guy that was like the creative director on Lords of Shadow 2, basically saying that if you didn't like Lords of Shadow 2, you're and I'm paraphrasing, of course, I can't remember the exact quotes, but he basically said that, you know, you're stupid, and well, I must be fucking stupid because I didn't enjoy the game as much as I enjoyed the first one, but it might have something to do with the fact that you inserted these retarded ass stealth segments that serve no point to further the plot of the game or the gameplay in the game. All you needed was the combat and the exploration from the first game, and there was your winning formula. You didn't need these convoluted fucking stealth sequences where you turn into a fucking rat. But you know, and again, like, I try to stay out of the rumor mill, but there's a lot of stories about what happened over there with the development in Lords of Shadow 2, and it's not looking good. But you know, I think they need to just suck it up. And as I said, I've been playing a lot of indie games lately, so I've been following some people on Twitter that are involved in the indie scene and trying to expand my knowledge on the indie game scene. And it seems like you know, not all the indie gamer or the indie developers, but indie developers and major publisher-backed developers all suffer. Not all of them, but some of them all suffer from this plight of they are smarter than their audience, and if you don't get their game or you rate their game poorly, then you're an idiot mentality. And I hate that. But, you know, I don't know. It's a fucking video game. There's not... And I know there's a whole games as art debate and, you know, all that. And some games I think could be considered art, but some of these guys just need to get off their high horse. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, and that's not a big, long rant or opinion I'm going to get into. It is what it is. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you made a game and it's not reviewed, great. Chances are it's not because the audience or the reviewers are idiots. There's something wrong with your game, and you need to suck it up. Admit that there's something wrong with the game. Learn from your mistakes and make the next one better. Plain and simple. But getting into Torchlight 2, I broke down. I looked up a couple things about builds and whatnot. Apparently, I'm gonna have to maybe take some points out of my glaive throw because I guess it got beat down with the Nerf stick. You know, and that's the problem getting into a game like this kind of late into its life. You know, things have been, you don't know it's been nerfed or buffed or changed around and whatnot, and that's part of the learning curve too. But I don't know. I thought the glaive throw was kind of cool, so I was a little disappointed to find out it got nerfed a bit. So we'll see. I mean, right now it's useful. Maybe I probably won't respec until I start running into some serious issues and getting my ass beat down into the dirt. But so, like I said, we'll see how it goes. And I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet. One of the other things I'm really looking forward to this year, as I see more and more information slowly trickle out about it, is Alien Isolation. You can bet your ass if I'm still doing this YouTube thing when that game comes out, there will definitely be footage for that. And actually, the more that I think about it, I'll probably end up doing some Lords of Shadow 2 content, maybe even some content from the first game, just because I'm kind of starting to get into the game, and I think once I finish Mirror of Fate, then I'll try to see if I can sit down and really get my head wrapped around Lords of Shadow 2. But on a related topic, sort of, both kind of gory and horror-ish, I see they're restoring the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the 40th anniversary to release in theaters, and it's going to be in 4K and blah 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 blah. You know, I'm not real excited about that, I have to say. There's certain movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre being one of them, that they're supposed to, for lack of a better term, look like shit. They're supposed to be film grain and splice marks and things like that. Like, it's supposed to have a snuff film quality to it. And by prettying it up and making it into this, and you can't even really make like, the problem with just transferring it to HD, then you just have like a shitty pretty film. It just needs to have, they need to leave the qualities intact that makes it look like some kind of grindhouse snuff film. You know, that's probably the Evil Dead would be, the original Evil Dead would probably be another one that's just leave it alone, let it look like crap, you know. I'm not totally against HD remasterings and making certain movies look good. Some of them do benefit from it. One of them being the 1982 The Thing looks fucking phenomenal on Blu-ray. But a film that has like a tone and almost like a documentary-ish type of feel, like the original Chainsaw, just leave that snuff film quality to it, and the film grain and the burn marks and things like that. You know, just let it look like crap. Just leave it alone. Don't fuck with it. You know. But you know, we're at an age now with technology where everybody wants to make everything pretty and beautiful and pristine, crystal clear, and I don't know. I just, you don't really get those dirty, gritty horror films anymore like you used to. I'm gonna say probably the late 70s, early 80s was really the time when that was like the boom. You had, you know, you had Chainsaw, you had the original Friday the 13th, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist. Fuck, when the hell did Cannibal Holocaust come out? I don't remember now. But then you had like Last House on the Left, The People Under the Well, when was The People Under the Stairs? People Under the Stairs might have been later. I'm a little fuzzy on my release dates. So I could be wrong in my era there, but like Last House on the Left, that's another film that should look kind of gritty and dirty, and Cannibal Holocaust definitely should look gritty and dirty. And you know, actually, truth be told, I don't know if it was because there was so much hype built up around Cannibal Holocaust, but a friend of mine let me borrow it, and I burned it. This was years ago, like when DVDs were, when it was a dime a dozen to burn a DVD. And I watched it, and I fucking hated that movie. To me, there was nothing about it that I felt was redeeming. It was a nasty, mean film that really served no purpose to me other than just being like, it was purely, to me, the movie almost, it was made purely just to shock people. There's no, to me, at least in my viewing of the film, and maybe my opinion would change if I gave it another shot, but my initial impression of the film was there was nothing, there was no substance, there was nothing redeeming about the picture. I just, it didn't do anything for me. And like, my friend was like, oh, well, you didn't understand it. No, I understood it. It's a bunch of fucking white kids going, or white people going into this, wherever the fuck they went. I mean, now I'm talking, it's been 10 years since I've seen this movie. Fucking just going to town on these villagers and shit, and then, you know, everything else that happens. And there's no, I don't know, it was just fucking gore for the sake of gore and shock for the sake of shock. It didn't do anything, you know. I don't feel it deserves the praise that it gets. It's not an Exorcist, it's not a Last House on the Left, it's not a any of those old school horror movies that are held up on pedestals, you know. It's just, I don't feel it deserved the praise that it got. It just didn't get me, you know. Maybe I didn't get it, I don't know, but yeah, I wasn't a fan. But you know, I'm kind of starting to get back into my research on horror movies and gain some of my knowledge back that I've forgotten over the years because of this podcast that I discussed in my other video. So expect more talk about some of that stuff as I delve back into it, but I really want to watch 7 now for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, I read that, and I'm glad they're doing something for Chainsaw for the 40th anniversary. But I think they're going about it wrong. They should have just left it look like crap and had like a limited theater run of it or something, you know. But you know, we'll see how it turns out. Maybe they'll do something to it to kind of keep the spirit of the movie intact or something, you know. Well, I mean, it's not going to detract from the spirit of the film. I mean, the film's good enough on its own 2 legs that no matter how it looks, it's going to be one of those films that's a classic. It's always going to be a classic, and it's not going to lose any impact, I don't think. But still, it's just I feel by having it be clear and prettied up, it's going to lose a little bit of its soul, I guess you could say, or its character. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's about it. We're getting near the home stretch here in this video, and I've covered a lot of ground here in the last 20 minutes or so. But you know, as always, anybody that watches these, you know, feel free to, you know, share your opinions on anything I discuss. You know, as I've said, I'm a conversationalist. I like having discussions and discussing opinions and things of that nature, and you know, like talking to people about, like, if I don't like something and they do like something, I like having a discussion about something like that, because maybe, you know, maybe having a discussion like that, I'll get a little bit more, like, see why somebody else enjoys something that I don't particularly enjoy, and maybe it'll change my viewpoint on it, you know. Maybe I'm missing something in some of the things I've discussed that I don't particularly care for, but you know, like I said, I like discussion. But anyways, I want to thank you all for watching, and definitely see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.